Hi there, I'm Donna Wolfe from Naztazia.com.
Today I'll show you how to crochet the Tunisian chain stitch pattern, which creates a nice soft effect in your work. To do this, I'm using worsted weight yarn and a size H 5mm Tunisian crochet hook. To begin, you can chain any number you wish. There is no multiple in this pattern. I'm skipping the first chain and making a single crochet in each stitch across. A row or two of regular crochet stitches like single crochet oftentimes helps keep Tunisian crochet from curling on the bottom. We'll turn our work first and then begin the chain pattern. For almost this entire pattern, each vertical stitch will consist of a chain 4. So I'll chain 4 for this first stitch. And then we'll move on to the second stitch. We'll insert our hook into the next stitch, draw up the loop a little bit, and then proceed with making 4 chains to form this second stitch in our pattern. Now you'll notice there is a diagonal yarn strand that connects the two sets of chain 4 stitches. You won't really see this in the front of the pattern. However, that's what form the little lines on the back of the pattern, and they are consistent, so it does look pretty nice. And on this third stitch, I'm making the chain 4 as well. I'll do this one more time. You'll insert your hook into the stitch and draw up the loop a little bit so it doesn't curl down the set of chain stitches. And then proceed to make your set of 4 chains. Continue doing this pattern across the row. At the very last stitch, we're going to do something different. We're only going to make 3 chains in this very last stitch, otherwise the ends become too loose. And now we'll do the Tunisian return pass. Yarn over and take off 2 loops at a time across the row. So yarn over and then take off 2 more loops, and repeat with the yarn over and take off 2 more loops. Continue with the yarn over first and then taking 2 loops off at a time across the row. You can see what the row looks like thus far. I didn't take the last 2 loops off with the pink yarn. Instead, I'm switching over to the blue yarn. It's your choice. You can continue with the pink yarn or change over to the blue yarn and carry the pink yarn upwards as you go. So for row 2, I start off with the chain 4 again for the first stitch. Now going forward, I will be making my stitches in between the previous row's stitches. So I'll insert my hook into the space instead and do my chain 4 for the next stitch. And then for stitch number 3, I'll insert my hook into the next space in between the previous row's stitches, and I'll draw up my loop a little higher and then complete doing my chain 4. You can see what this looks like thus far. As before, our last stitch will be a little different. It's up to you if you want to place it in the last space like I do, or if you need a perfectly even edge, you can place it in the top of the chain instead. And we'll only make 3 chains for this last stitch. We're not done with row 2 yet. It's time for that Tunisian return pass. So we'll immediately begin with a yarn over and take off 2 loops at a time. Continue doing what we did before. Yarn over and take off loops in groups of 2 across this entire row until you get near the end. And as before, it's up to you. You can continue on with the same color yarn, or in my case, I'm going to drop the blue yarn and pick up the previous pink yarn from behind the work. Moving on to the next row, it's just a repeat of row 2. We'll do the 4 chains to start, and then all of our next set of stitches will be made in between the previous row stitches. And then when we get to the end, be sure to only do a chain 3. And then we do our yarn over and take off loops in groups of 2 across this row. Continue repeating row 2 and then ending your work after a return pass and fastening off the last loop. And that's how I crochet the Tunisian chain stitch pattern.